This is the plaintiff, Rhodesia Jones. She says she moved into the defendant's place and then discovered the place had bed bugs in it. The defendant admitted to having problems in the past with bed bugs, failed to mention that to her before she moved in, and she was forced to move out because the place was disgusting. She's suing for $5,000 for her infested things, plus pain and suffering. This is the defendant, Christine. She says the plaintiff lived in the apartment for 6 months, then discovered she had bed bugs. The bed bugs weren't in the other apartment in the house. The plaintiff brought them in. Any of the property she's claiming was ruined is due to her, and she tried to rectify the situation, but the plaintiff terminated her lease and moved out, so that's that. She's accused of being a little creepy and crawly.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case on the docket, the plaintiff rented from the defendant and found bed bugs. But the defendant says the plaintiff lived there for 6 months, and it's her doing. It's the case of the bed bugs aren't the only thing that bites.
You're welcome, ma'am.
Rhodesia Jones?
Yes.
You are suing Christine. You've asked us not to mention your last name or the business name. You're suing her business. She was your landlord for $5,000 in damages because, according to you, there were bed bugs. Tell me what happened.
Yes, I had moved into her home in December 2015.
What kind of a home is it?
It's an apartment, a house, two-family house.
Okay. And what happened?
When
did you move in?
In December of 2015.
Okay. Who'd you move in there with?
Me and my children.
How many children?
4. I had 3 at that time, and I just had a baby.
Okay. So how many? What are the ages? More or less, from what to what?
16, 15, 7, and a newborn.
All right. So you are living there since December, and then what happens?
When I had the baby in April, and I brought the baby home, that's when I started seeing the bed bugs. But she had told me, like, after I moved in, within, like, January, that she told me that the house had bed bugs before by the prior tenant, and they treated it 2 years ago. So, and that's what she told me, and that's what the neighbor upstairs had told me. So.
Okay, but
and I never seen a bed bug, so I didn't know, and I didn't see him until I brought the baby home, and I just kept pushing them off for the bed. I thought they was ladybugs, so I called her.
Ladybugs? Ladybugs are enormous. Bed bugs are tiny.
Well, I didn't know, and then I called her. She came over with a plastic bag. She told me to find the bug, and put it in the bag. I said, I'm not doing that. And then she went and got her an exterminator, and then when the exterminator came, he just sprayed all over everything in my house, and then he told us to leave, and I went out of town for a couple of hours. He told me to leave for a couple of hours. I came back at midnight. The house was so fumigated that we couldn't even breathe. So I texted her like 1 o'clock in the morning. I told her that we can't stay in here because it's not safe for me and the kids. And so then she got us a hotel room the next day.
Okay.
And then after that, the smell was still in there. All the windows was open, and I had to block off all of the room doors, put plastic bags underneath the room. So me and the kids end up sleeping in the living room, and I asked her to give me some air mattresses. So we stayed in there for like 2 months in the living room.
Okay.
And then I had like 7 fans blowing, to keep the smell down. So it just got to the time where I can't stay here anymore because we couldn't use any other part of the house.
All right. So did you have a lease?
Yes.
Okay. So she didn't give you any trouble about breaking the lease?
No, she just...
Okay. And how many times did she call the exterminators?
I think he came 3 times.
Okay. And it didn't control the problem?
No, because you have to kill them with heat. You can't kill them with spray. The house.
How do you heat the mattress?
They bring in, they're supposed to remove the mattresses because the mattresses is in.
Okay, so did you remove the mattress? Who's they? They is you. Did you remove the mattress?
No, I didn't remove the mattresses because I didn't want to go back in that room because I have asthma. I didn't want to inhale whatever that was inside of those rooms.
Okay, so I understand everything you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
And if she was here suing you because you broke the lease, I'd say, wow, this, who wants to live this way? What I'm not understanding is why are you suing her for $5,000? Because that's what brings me here. Your lawsuit against her telling her, I want you to pay me $5,000. Tell me that.
For all the things I had just bought, all of these things this year. That's in my house, and I have all the receipts. Okay, so
let's go over it. $1,500 for 4 TVs. But why would you have to leave your TVs behind?
So if you rent an apartment that has bed bugs, can you break the lease? That's the question.
I guess what it says in the lease is what that...
It doesn't say anything about bed bugs, but if there are bed bugs, can you break the lease?
Yes, absolutely.
How many bed bugs?
Any amount. Any
So
number.
one bed bug.
One bed bug.
Okay. One bed bug's enough going inside the courtroom.
You can't move with it. It stays in your stuff for 2 years. You can't move at all, any of your things, because it just follows you everywhere you go. You have to throw everything away.
When do you first learn that there are bed bugs?
In the end of June.
And how do you learn?
She had texted me and said that there were some kind of bugs, and she had sent me a picture, but the picture wasn't very clear. So I said, put whatever the bug is in a thing, and I'll see if I can see what it is. I thought there were some kind of beetles also or something.
Right.
So then I had the man that does my pest control, I had him go down there, and I had him go inside, and he said that there were in fact bed bugs, and then within 2 or 3 days, he went down to spray. And then we had a conversation where she said that the smell was bad, so I put her up in a hotel for 2 nights with her kids, and then she came back. And then he had gone back quite a few times. He said that it was very important that she take all of her clothes and have them heat dried, that was like having clothes around and fabrics around,
Right.
they would hide. So she said she didn't have any money for the heat drying, and he gave her $50 out of his pocket.
The exterminator?
The exterminator did, yes.
Okay.
So that she could go do this.
And did she?
I don't know. I mean,
Did you?
Yes.
okay.
Everything in your apartment, all 5 of you, everything got dried.
Yeah, because I had a washing machine already in the house.
Okay.
So I was just washing and washing because the spray was all over everything. So I just kept washing the clothes.
What evidence do you have that you have 4 TVs, a 65-inch, a 55-inch, and 2 32 inches that are bed-bug infested and broken, such that you should recover $1,500 from her? Because I'm reading about bed bugs potentially living in electronics, and what it says is, although it can happen, it's rare, and they'll probably die as soon as you turn the TV on because of the heat, because that's kind of the dryer. So please explain to me what proof you have that there are 4 TVs broken because of bed bugs.
Well, I don't have any proof. All I have
Okay,
is that.
I operate in proof.
Yeah.
All right, $1,200 for 4 mattresses. We'll put that to one side. When she left, did she leave all this stuff behind?
She left many bags of things on the side of the house. They were bagged up in garbage
No,
bags.
4 TVs and 4 mattresses. Did she leave that in the apartment?
No, there was one mattress on the outside that she left outside that we paid to have taken away. She left 1 TV inside, and there might have been a little TV that she had left. I'm not sure of the size.
A
but
65-inch, a 55-inch. She didn't leave anything like that.
I don't know. They weren't that big. What was the other one?
And 2 32 inches.
There's maybe the 32, and there was a TV but she had left it in the closet, so we didn't see it until after we were, cleaning the apartment. There was a TV in the closet, and I spoke to the pest man and I asked him if the TVs were safe, and he said, "Oh, the TVs were safe." And even furniture, he said, if you wipe like tables and things like that, if you wipe them down, that the bed bugs really they want to be in fabric.
People don't bomb apartments because they have bed bugs. I meant literally bomb, not exterminator bomb. You treat it and you get to the bottom of the problem. According to her, there had been a bed bug problem in the apartment.
2 years prior to that, there was a bed bug problem. The woman had bed bugs. She had moved out, and we had it taken care of. And I have an affidavit from the bug man that he inspected the apartment in November of 2015, and I'm not sure exactly which day it was because it was the holidays, before she had moved in. And he takes a light, he looks around, he looks for bed bugs, he looks for any evidence of bed bugs, and he didn't see anything.
Okay. And then there's a second family living in this place?
Did
they have bed bugs?
No, they did not have bed bugs. And also in the affidavit there, he went upstairs and checked underneath their mattresses with his light, and he found no evidence of bed bugs in their apartment.
Why is it her fault that you have bed bugs? Maybe it's not her fault. Maybe it's one of the 5 of you. Well, not the baby. We're certainly not going to blame that baby. No. But you understand how bed bugs come into a place? Mm-hmm. It can happen from any contact anywhere in a place where there are bed bugs. And then it's on the clothes, and then it comes in. So what does she do wrong? She sent an exterminator there 3 times. Why does she have to pay you $5,000?
No. When I moved into the house, her and the lady upstairs told me that there was a bed bug infestation.
Well, that makes you even less right. If everybody's warning you that time, 2 years ago, there was a bed bug infestation, you're taking the place anyway. You can't even claim surprise and shock because you're telling me that they told you before you moved in. But let's put that to a side a second. You were there for many months and there's no problem. The other lady has no problem. It's only your apartment that has the problem. we can't ask the bed bugs because the bed bugs ain't talking. So what evidence do you have that your landlord did something wrong? Because the existence of bed bugs, you can't prove your landlord brought them in there. What you can do is say my landlord did nothing to fix the problem, but you can't say that. Your landlord's paying for hotels. Your landlord is getting the exterminator there over and over again. I don't blame you for leaving if the problem can't be solved, but I don't see how you come into court and demand that she pay you $5,000.
Yes, I do see the reason, because she didn't tell me. She told me after the fact that I moved in that there was bed bugs there.
But there were no active.
There were no bed bugs
there. Were
there.
no active
Bed bugs come.
Did you
there were no bed bugs. No, just hand it to my bailiff.
Bed bugs come. They feed off of humans. They're not going to be.
And the exterminator said had there been bed bugs prior in the apartment, as soon as her and her children had moved in, they would have feasted on them immediately.
Yeah, the bed bug guy, the exterminator says that he went in there, that there weren't. Listen, guys, this can happen anywhere. A luggage, somebody goes away for the weekend, somebody comes back, that's it, it's in the luggage from whatever contact with the drapes or the bed or the hotel or somebody, stays over someone else's house. There's 3 teenagers there, and then they come back, and then it's in their bed. I mean, guys, this is like a problem that needs to be dealt with. And it was dealt with by the landlord. She's not a slumlord telling you're on your own. She's doing what she needs to do. She's paying for hotels for you, and then you break the lease, and it's fine because she's just letting it go.
She didn't feel safe. I wanted her to feel safe with her children.
Yeah, and then you come and sue her for $5,000.
Yes, Your Honor, because the man came into the house. He sprayed all over my.
Oh, just stop.
He came into the house.
No, I'm not going to make her pay you $5,000 because you had bed bugs. Verdict for the defendant.
Okay.
Well, the plaintiff did not win this case, obviously. How do you feel about this, Ms. Jones?
I feel that run away if you have bed bugs anywhere, because they do not go away. They stay in your house for 2 years.
No, well, they apparently weren't there when you moved in, and that's the problem.
No, they was there.
Well, you didn't prove that to the judge. Okay?
Get a chance to, sir.
Thank you very much. Sorry about that. I know it wasn't pleasant to go through that, and obviously you agree. It wasn't pleasant for her to have to go through that.
Yes.
And you obviously did the best you could.
I did.
So you're to be congratulated.
Thank you.
This happened very often?
Not too often, thank God.
Okay. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay?
Okay, thank you.
All righty. And that's it. All right, Harvey, what do you think about this bed bug problem?
Okay, Doug, there is something called a warranty of habitability, which means a place has to be safe and healthy for you. But if it isn't, you still have to give the landlord a reasonable amount of time to cure the problem.